Hi, hello, welcome to Spell Day. We're covering a spell every single day of the year from the 5e PHB +3. Those +3 spells are homebrew spells. We're at +1 at the moment. You can back the playlist to find it. Today's spell is Locate Creature. Fourth level divination, casting time of 1 action, range of self, components for somatic material, a bit of fur from a bloodhound, duration concentration up to 1 hour. Describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. You sense the direction to the creature's location as long as that creature is within 1,000 feet of you. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific creature known to you or the nearest creature of a specific kind, such as human or unicorn, as long as you have seen such a creature up close, within 30 feet at least once. If the creature you described or named and is in a different form, such as being under the effects of a polymorph spell, the spell doesn't locate the creature. The spell can't locate a creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between you and the creature. Well, you heard it here, folks. Anyone in disguise that way? Go and hide in your local Venice. Okay, so 1 hour concentration. Or concentration up to 1 hour. Fourth level, 1 action, which is the big thing there, is the fact it's an action. So this isn't I have to sit down, cast this as a ritual to search out where they are, especially if you're in a chase. So if you're in a chase, someone booked it, you can instantly cast this and keep a bead on them for that hour. Sure, it's taking up your concentration when you might be able to use other spells to try and catch up to them in the first place, but being able to have a direct bead on them for the chase and the direction they're heading. It's not just like the previous one. It's not just the closest one and then it stops. No, it also tells you their movement for the time. You know which direction they're heading, so you can anticipate where they're going. You can try and triangulate where they're going to head up. 1,000 feet of you is also, well, smaller compared to the 5 miles. This is definitely better for the chase scene or getting close to the target. I mean, it's the same reason that you can tell where they're moving. This is meant for a chase or hunting down. It's the same reason it's an action as well. I can also get why it's not a ritual because, man, if it was, this would be cast all the time and everywhere by any kind of organization that has spellcasters in their law enforcement. It probably still will be, but just it would be all the time. It'd be a police state. Interesting that defined up close for once, because a lot of spells also bring that up as like close distance or I've seen them before or familiar to you. This one it says you have to have been within 30 feet of them, or at least the type of creature, which is interesting. It's not even just, because you could do a name. I am looking for this one particular creature. Again, that criminal, that bandit, the BBEG trying to make a flea for it. You can follow him. But also, if your only thing to go off of is the fact it's an orc in this one city, cast that and then move on. Also, the spell doesn't break or fail if they're not within the initial 1,000 feet. You just don't find them. So you can keep moving until they're now within that 1,000 feet and you know where they are. You have a 1,000 foot radius radar for the target for that hour. Though it does also have the vague wording of familiar to you, which is separate from the up-close look, because the up-close look is based off the creature type when it comes to, which, that's right, it's creature type. I'm bringing up urban environments and settings and NPCs and because it brings up those distinctions and even the names specifically, but you could do this to track down monsters, dragons, demons, devils, aberrations. Again, 1,000 foot radius detection for an hour. It doesn't have to be in an urban environment. It could be in caves, it can be in a dungeon, it can be in woods, it could be in a valley, it could be anywhere. Things that normally block divination, don't say they block this. I'm now realizing that, because there's other things like detect magic that are blocked by certain amounts of letter material. This does not have that clause. The only thing it mentions that blocks it is a 10-foot wide running water. A path of running water that stops a direct path, which means it has to be direct. So let's say that radar example, the line that's going around for the blips. The line moves out, hits the running water, then it's like half its length, and then goes back to full when the running water stops. So that's like a dead zone within your radar, which is why I brought up the Venice thing earlier, because of the number of canals, because it also says direct path. See, while this can be a general radar and isn't just simply the closest, it is sadly set up to direct. Meaning, it ignores walls, ignores cover, it ignores the fact there's bridges. It will just, if it can line up a direct bead to the target without having any 10-foot gap of running water in between, you pin them, you direct them. So if you want to hide from this type of spell, rivers, all the time. Rivers, canals, open sewage, floods, I don't know. Swampland. Swampland would be good. No, that's still water. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10? 9 out of 8? 8 out of 10, because it still has the vagary of familiar to you, the up-close thing, and the 10-foot gap of running water. And the fact it's 4th level. Those are the things that bring it down. And concentration. Those are the things that bring it down. Oh, man. Just because I'm trying to think of your average spellcaster using that level. Would they really be worth spending a 4th level spell slot on? Though the times I have seen this used in games, it's always come up as really useful at finding your target. And then it's based off the GM and at your table what is considered familiar. It does not have a scale list like scrying. This just says familiar to you and the name of the creature, if you're going for a specific one. So, like the up close, it gives the fine definition, not the familiar part. So familiar is you just need to know of the creature. 9 out of 10... The other features are still why it's not 10 out of 10. But if you have to, like, met them before, 8 out of 10. Oh man, we had a split rating, don't we?